So hopefully I've got a good angle on this hive. This is the backyard hive, and at one point I had given up on them making a queen of their own, and then they did. It's now been a couple of weeks, now probably a week. I want to see how they're doing. I need to get my hive tool from over here. Alrighty, so we have 5 frames, and I don't think there's room for a 6th. Maybe there, no, I don't think it would fit. I'm pretty sure I intended this to fit. I may try to add a frame. Let's see what we find though. Okay. On this frame, got a fair population of bees. Hopefully I'm not getting my sleeve in the way. We've got some brood area here. It's drone brood. Lots of pollen. Some looks like it's bee bread. On this side, some nectar. Uh-oh, I might have rushed too soon to the conclusion I had a queen, because everything I'm seeing looks like drone brood. We may have a second laying worker hive, but we'll see. All right, so that's frame 5. All right, so frame 4. Got a little bit of comb that's been drawn wonky. All right, this is better. These are, I see some brood that is definitely worker size cells and not bubbled up like a like drone. So through here, this is normal worker brood. So there is a queen here, and I see eggs and cells, and there's single eggs in the center on the bottom. Make sure I'm seeing what I think I'm seeing, and yeah. So I think we're in good shape here. Somewhere there is a queen. So now my mission changes a little bit, and I need to watch for a queen as I go. Oh yeah. Okay, this up here on the top, that is a wax moth larva, which I'm just going to squish. Ew, yucky. Alright, larva, eggs, it's all looking good. I'd like to see the queen. These bees are very calm on the comb. They're not running around frantically like they sometimes do, which is a good attribute. I might have lucked into some really good genetics here, just leaving them to their own devices. Might be a factor of the temperature, but I don't think so. We're probably between 70 and 80. So I think they're just very calm bees. I like these genetics, especially. Looks like a really good brood pattern so far. Now I'm gonna go back to this comb just to make sure I didn't overlook a queen. There's one bee buzzing the tower. But other than that one, see a few drones. That's not a bad thing. Other than that one bee that's giving me warning signs, the rest of them are very mild-mannered. This hive, this box, was the very first one that I made myself. And I did so in a matter of about 3 hours out of just materials that I have on hand. And the reason it came about that way was because I had a cutout to do for a friend from the church. She had bees in her water meter. And so I spent an evening cobbling together this little nuke, and there's a lot that I would do different now, but it has served its purpose. It was a great learning experience, but I think I didn't leave. Oh, here they come. Must be moving from the honey to the brood nest. Yeah, now they're not so mild about it. All right, let's try this frame. So now we're looking at frame 3. You know, it wasn't that I moved into the brood nest, because I was already in the brood nest, wasn't I? Already. We just got into a section where there are more guard bees, I suppose. Now I'm looking here for the queen. Don't see a queen yet. Another one with brood and eggs and larvae that would be called milk larvae, because you can see the jelly on the larvae. It's laid up nice, and they're drawing it out deeper. It's a little, not the deepest cells yet, but looks like they're. This one started out as a frame with a full sheet of foundation. Alright, we've got food along the top, both pollen and nectar. Pollen all around. Eggs and larvae, including very young larvae. One newly hatched from the egg, so 4 days from being laid. I still am not seeing the queen. All right. All right, so now let's look at frame 2. Maybe I should give it a little more smoke. All right. I think I'm going to have to get these bees in a bigger hive soon. Wow. Yep. Larvae, all stages of bee development here, from the egg all the way up. There's the queen. All right. Yay. Look at her again. Where did she go? Turn my attention away for a safe place to lay the frame, and she hides. Saw her clear as day. There she is. Okay. I'm not going to take my eyes off of her. I'm going to, and I did. I took my eyes off of her. What I need to do is have place. I'll just hang it up. All right. Got her in view again. Oh, she's laying an egg right now. That's why it was hard to see her. Half of her abdomen was down in the cell when I looked that second time. I let her get back out and move around. Okay. So now I've got her in my little queen catcher. There she is. I'm going to transfer her now to my queen marking tool. This is so hard to remove with gloves on. There we go. Okay, so now I have her in this little chamber. I've got my marking pen. Give her a little shade here. There we go. Okay, so now I've got her. She's not being hurt here. There's not enough weight to the thing to, and I'm just going to hold her so that I can get a dot of paint on her carapace. All right. So we'll dot a few times to get the paint flowing. There we go. Hopefully that's visible. Got a little dot of paint on her. We'll let that dry for a few seconds. Oh no. Don't tell me. Dang it. She is not moving. I'll put her back down. Let's see if she revives under the attention of the bees. Dang. This doesn't look good. I didn't think there was enough pressure there to injure her in any way. But she still is not moving at all. Well, they are all over her, trying to get her to respond, and so far she is not moving at all. Man, I hate that, because she looked to be just a wonderful queen. All right, so I'm going to have to be much more delicate in my queen marking in the future. All right, and here I'm looking at food stores. They have plenty, but it's not an overwhelming amount. The good news is that this hive has more than sufficient resources to make another queen, and probably a couple of spares that I can use elsewhere. And since what she's done here in the brief time that she was here was so encouraging, I'm just going to let them handle that on their own, and collect the queen cells. I guess it would be 8 days from now. That is unfortunate. It's a strong little nuke, though. I think I am going to try to squeeze in another frame, so I'll go get that and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to try to get them off the tops and out from between the frames so that I can start to compress these, get them packed back up and sealed back in. frame. See if we can make it sit down in there. Oh, will it? That's what I meant about this being cobbled together in an afternoon. The measurements weren't quite right. Yeah, so this one is not going to fit. All right. Well, that's all I'm able to do for them right now. So we'll put the lid back on and let them make a queen. Now the other one in the yard, I'll move the camera over there towards them, is laying worker. I took some steps to try to remediate that, but I'm a little doubtful about the success. What are we seeing there? There it is. There's the top of the hive. Okay. So now we'll take a look at this and see what we have by now. I'm going to have to walk right in front of their entrance, but I'm suited up. So I'm also standing a foot from the biggest fire ant mound you probably ever saw. Time to do some work in my backyard and make it a little less jungly. All right, 3 frames here. I tried putting a queen in. It looked like she'd probably been killed. Along with it, I had a frame of brood, regular brood. I've got some dead brood, some resources. No signs of eggs on, well, they are agitated. They're definitely acting queenless. This is from that frame of brood that I gave them. And I'm still seeing laying worker patterns of laying where you've got not just one but handfuls of eggs. I've got some brood that is regular size brood, but that came to them this way. It's not, hasn't resulted from this colony. It doesn't appear that my measures to try to remediate the laying worker colony have had any beneficial effect at all. Bees everywhere. Starting to see the abundance of drones. not really storing up very much. At one point I had heard that when they didn't have a lot of larvae to feed, that they would often store up extra resources for a time. That doesn't seem to be happening here. So I think what I need to do is take this colony with me to the next hive and just shake them out. That will free up these comb, which I've got some good combs for use by other colonies. And so I'll shake the bees out, reclaim the comb, and just try queen rearing again. So I'm going to take this around and put it in the truck with me as I go to the next set of hives. We'll close this up to ventilation only. And that will be all the video for this one.